Hey, 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 hey. Welcome to the Eglinton West Pop-Up Podcast, Old Heads Talking Basketball edition with Michael Solomon and Victor Baines Marshall, brought to you tonight by SolomonArtStudio.com, a mix of fine art, passion, and fashion. And also by RadioRegent.com, the home of the Middle Passage Show with Victor Baines Marshall, Wednesdays, 5 to 7 p.m. Somebody's got some background noise that they got to cut off there.
Oh, I'll cut mine off. I'm sorry about that, brother. Yeah.
You're probably listening to you're probably watching the Jays game.
Yeah, I was watching them. They kicking ass. Payback time, baby.
Gentlemen, it's been a historic night for the Raptors. They have 135 points versus the Cavaliers to 115, beat them down from the get-go. We're up at one point by 38 points. It's been a historic night in terms of 47 points in the first quarter, the most ever scored by the Raptors, and 87 points in the half, the most ever scored by the Raptors. A career night for Gary Trent Jr. with 44 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Career high night for Utah Watanabe, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Flynn, a career night for Malachi Flynn, 20 points, 2 rebounds, 11 assists. Our new acquisition, FREDDIE Gillespie from the G League, 6 foot 6 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Johnson was even putting, Stanley Johnson was moving to the basket.
Yep,
6 points, 2 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Hood came in, gave us 6 points, 4 and 2. It's been a historic night, ladies and gentlemen. What did you take from tonight's Raptors win, Victor Baines Marshall?
Well, I didn't get a chance to see all of it because I got in a little late, but from what I saw, I like the energy, first of all. I like the energy, and they seem to be playing with a lot of passion, especially Gary Trent Jr. I like the fact he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. He has to prove to Toronto fans that, hey, people were disappointed when they let Norm go, but he's going to try to make them forget about Norm very quickly. And I like the acquisitions of, and also I like the fact that we got Kem Birch now, like we were talking about earlier. He's not a true center. He's like 6'9", but he's got a lot of skills and grit, and he's a Montreal man. So what can you say? But I liked it. I thought it was good, and hopefully we can go to New York tomorrow and take care of business and get a playoff spot.
Wow, Michael, Victor still is waiting for the playoff spot. We're so far away. We're like 4 games away from the 11th spot, the 10th spot for the play-in series. So what do you think, first of all, about our chances of getting into the playoff with these new acquisitions? And what are you looking for the rest of the seasons? And what did you see tonight, first of all?
Tonight was just magical, man. Look what happened tonight. They're breaking all kinds of records. And look who's playing, the guys who were normally on the bench, getting time and really contributing, putting forward. Look at Watanabe tonight. Got that quick, easy dunk. Everybody played beyond themselves. If he can do that, Cliff, with all the herky-jerky shit that's been going on lately, we got a good chance of upsetting a whole lot of people. Just let me say that.
And we did that tonight without Victor. I'm getting to you. We did that tonight without 3 of our best players, really, in terms of Siakam, Lowry, Van Vliet. Victor, what does that show you? Because for me right now, the rest of the season is about seeing these younger cats and cats on the bench show us what they got. And it seems to me that Masai has been working his magic behind the scenes while others have been looking at big stars. He's really solidifying a bench mob here.
Yep, he's been getting guys. He's been getting guys who are hungry, and they got something to prove. And they seem to have gelled together rather quickly. Because earlier in the season, if you recall, the bench was really inconsistent. Let's say,
shitting a shit show.
They were. Sorry, I want to be polite, but they were really they weren't bringing it, you know, and that's been the hallmark of the Raptors, you know, for these playoff years now, you know, and this looks like a return to that energy, that grit, like I was talking about earlier. And Malachi Flynn seems to be playing more freely. He's not really worried about, you know, if I make a mistake, am I going to be benched? You know, he seems to be like, that's a big thing for these young guys, man. You know, they're afraid to make a mistake, and they don't flow. They don't go naturally. They just kind of, you know, they're all, it's like they're constipated. You know what I mean? You know, and they got to let it flow. We got to let it flow, baby.
Let it flow. Let it flow. Michael, Victor is absolutely right? That everybody tonight seemed to be flowing freely, like it was 1832 in the British Empire. Slavery has ended. Everybody's free now. And Stanley Johnson driving to the basket. Watanabe, a career night. Flynn taking over like a second Freddie. We got two Freddies on the team now, but Flynn looks like a Fred VanVleet clone, kind of. He is a tough dude. He gets it going, and you can see him getting out of his rut. Not rut, but loosening the balls. The coaches obviously said to these guys, let it rip, Michael. What does that do for the team going forward in terms of these bench guys getting the freedom to play for the next 20 games?
Listen, what happened tonight, the way these guys played tonight, reminds me of the way they played at the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
At the last game when they played so well.
That game against Denver.
And also tonight, what I enjoyed is seeing the new guy, Gillespie, seeing a big man who's actually big. When he puts his hand up, he's almost touching the rim. You know, it's nice to have a legitimate big man in there. You know, I know that there's more coming still. So that's nice to know. The guys played real well tonight, man. Everybody contributed. Gary Trent.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what was that other guy's name? I forget. He makes you want to forget about Powell. He's doing a good job. Excellent acquisition, man.
That's cold. That's cold, but I'll take it. To speak about Freddie Gillespie, he did 18 minutes, an efficient 6 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, and 1 block. Now, what can you ask for a dude, his first game with the team, 18 minutes, and show you what you can do across the board? Yeah. Victor, how do you like this guy?
Well, I didn't get a chance. Like I said, I came in late to the game, but from what I saw of him, I like his energy. I like his, you know what, they have a term in baseball, makeup or face, of how you can just look at a guy and their demeanor. And just this guy has, he seemed to have that. Like he's got some quiet confidence, and he's a self-assured, and like all those guys basically are. You know, Gary Trent, you know, and Flynn. Like Flynn was a little. You can see that he was feeling the pressure early on, and you know, when he first came up. I mean, you know, in the first early part of the season, but he seems to be loosening it up, and it's like, you know, I'm telling you, man, I think we're gonna make the playoffs, and then of course, you know, once you get in the playoffs, hey, it's anybody's game. You know, teams can come in hot, and then boom, just make a run, just run the whole table.
And a lot can happen in 20 games, Victor. A lot of people in the Raptors fan base have been saying, what is Masai doing? How is he so silent, like he's in a movie before sound came in, like in the 20s and 30s? But he seems to have been making moves around. What has been your reassurance with these latest moves in terms of Gillespie and Jettison, letting go Terrence Davis Jr., letting go Matt Thomas, waiving Patrick McCaw, bringing in Gillespie, and now bringing in, coming on with the signing Kem Bench. What do you decipher of Masai's mindscape?
Well, I call him the ninja, because he's making moves that, you know, maybe aren't big heralded players, but he's getting glue guys, and don't forget, he's looking forward to next year too. That, you know, we got money now. You know, he ain't spending a lot of money getting guys, you know, that have once, you know, superstars and they're in their past their prime, but just getting these guys. He ain't doing that. He's getting young, hungry guys, and getting ready for next year when we can reload once again and boom.
Michael, it's been a tumultuous year for the Raptors. They're now headquarters in Tampa Bay, Florida. They've gone through so much protocols. A number of dudes have gone down for health protocol and so on. We've had injuries by the gazoos. We've never really had full compliments of folks. So it always seems like we're walking on thin ice. What is it, the grit that this team shows you, and especially looking forward to next year in terms of what we got, what we're developing, and we got a lot of games, 20, to show us what the grit of these guys are. What do you think about what we're doing for looking forward to next year?
But let me say, these guys show me that they have grit. They got what it takes to go through so much adversity as we have in the last few games. And adversity is what builds a team. And to come out and play like this tonight, that's a whole lot of promise. I'm breaking records at that. Whew. As a Raptor fan and as a Raptor, I'm like, hallelujah, this is, let's go. The playoffs is in sight.
Wow, you're back in the bandwagon, I see.
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
playoffs is in sight. I mean, even if we have to get there through the play-in games, we're gonna get in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
However we get in there, we're gonna get into it.
Yep.
That's the kind of fight I'm seeing. But these young guys doing what they've done so far, and the veterans come back. Oh my goodness. What a team. We are a frightening team right now. Let's keep it up. All from getting a few centers, huh? That's all it takes.
Dick, Victor, for a number of those times during those losing streak there, it'll take me back to the old Raptors games, Raptor headspace, where they're up by 20 midway through the fourth, and I'm thinking, how are they going to lose this one?
Yep.
Are they going to get beat out and blown out? But we're blowing out teams. Most of the games we've won, we've blown out teams, embarrassed teams. And most of our losses are not really blowouts. We're pretty close to 10 points, what have you. How tumultuous has this season been for you, Victor, in terms of its up and down? And what now is maybe the common effect of what you see happening now?
Well, it's been, it's been hard to watch because, it's like you say, you figure out how they're going to lose tonight. I never felt secure if they had like a 30-point lead, because it didn't seem, it just didn't seem like, they might going to find a way to lose. But, all through this time, there's a one, shall I say, there's one important factor in all of this, happening now and what's happened in the past earlier in the season. And that's Mr. Nick Nurse. He never lost his cool. When people thought he was losing control of the team and Siakam just called him out in front of all the players, he didn't lose his cool. He kept steady as it goes. He's making the right moves, as far as putting players in and putting them in a position to succeed. He's been really Nick Nurse, the Nick Nurse that we've come to realize in this short period that he's been, managing the Raptors. And I think that, this year, we're going. I'm really sure that we're going to make the playoffs. Now, how far we go, that's yet to be determined. But I'm sure that we're going to make the playoffs. But I think that next year, the priority, they got to get a big man. They got to get a big man. They got to get a big. They got to get a big man. And I think and there's going to be some. There's going to be some available. And I think that it's. People will say now rebuild this trash and all this, but I think that this team is in good shape. The front office is steady, and we're getting some guys and some pieces that's going to carry us on for not only this year but for like.
Right on. You're right.
All the way through.
We have some money to get a big guy.
Yeah,
Michael,
we got money.
What I like, guys, is that we're seeing the youth movement. Right?
Yeah.
All these young guys, they're all young, and they got so much potential, from Gary Trent to Gillespie that just came in, right? I mean, that's where we need to go. It's nice to see. This is what I expect from Masai. So he's doing this thing, you know. Giving
Michael,
us hope again.
Michael, to talk about Night Nurse Nick, as I call him, Raptors coach Nick Nurse. You've
Night
been very critical of him.
Nurse.
You've been, yeah, Night Nurse, Gregory Isaac, famous too, baby. Michael, you and I have been both critical of Nick Nurse over the season so far in terms of his substitution patterns, what he's doing, becoming more conservative, almost Dwayne Casey-esque at times, and so on, and that he hasn't been. At times, it seemed at some point he might have lost the room. What do you think now, though, of your assessment of Nick Nurse, and how has it changed from your much more critical approach earlier on?
But quite frankly, you can see how focused the guys are from how they've played. You can see the adjustments they've made, you know, and seeing those adjustments, I have to applaud them, man. The guys are playing well. They've made some serious adjustments to play the way they played tonight. Still shorthanded, right? Raptor fan, you gotta be happy and just licking your chops, sitting back, can't wait for the playoffs to begin because we know we're gonna be in it.
Yes. And you know something, Clifton? I think that quietness is kept. I think Nick Nurse, I think there was some hard words behind the scenes, especially with Siakam, you know, like because you can't let one player show you up like that. You know, you gotta, you know, but he ain't gonna bring it out in public. But I guarantee you, there was some words exchanged and some, you know,
whatever that was, things are on the up.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
And the Raptors is one of the few teams in the league, really, that you don't get much leaks from. You don't really have people saying what's happening in the locker room. They've intimated throughout the seasons. When Kawhi was here, Serge had some problems, a lot of problems internally, cussed off a bunch of people and so on. And everybody sometimes intimate that stuff went down, but they're always able to pressure cook it and keep it on
keep
the
it
rack.
in house. Keep it in house, baby.
No,
so where did
we all have ideas what was going on back then. You know, the way things was. We all could imagine.
Where do we go from here, y'all? We've got the Knicks on a back-to-back tomorrow night, and the Knicks have been rising. The Knicks have been rising. They're a squatty team. They've got Thibodeau, who's a defensive head guy, and they've been out there scrapping. The Knicks, of all people, y'all, the Knicks have improved. So where we used to feast on those Knickerbockers, now they're looking to feast on us. What do y'all think is going to happen in this back-to-back with the New York Knickerbockers tomorrow night, y'all?
Serious ass kicking. The Knicks are going to get that. Knicks is going to get knocked. Nick knock.
But you know what? I'm not going to take them so easily. That's for sure. Knicks have been on a tear. Randolph is playing. You know, everybody's playing well on that team. But here we got a center finally. A big man could do something. A real big man. So that is going to be interesting to see how we play that game, going for how the guys played so well tonight.
Hey,
we've made some amazing adjustments to have this, you know, this breakout game that we had tonight, this award-winning game, this championship format game. We are back.
I haven't heard any news about Baines. Are they going to let him go or what? What do you think?
I think we can't talk about that kind of stuff right now. It's just, you know, he's going to be a part of the run, as I can see going forward. He's a nice coming off the bench big man.
A third.
He does well, but he does real good in that role.
So he'd be a third wheel coming off the bench, a third big man, third center.
Third. Sometimes he might be the first. You know, coming
for
off
a minute,
matchup wise.
How the game is going. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't start him though.
No, he's not a starting center. I know that.
No.
But
start my young boy. Start Boucher at center.
That's right.
The big skinny man.
Give him some air, man. Give him some air.
Let's see what he can do when he has time. It's not about his size.
Yeah.
He's everybody in offensive rebounding, man. He destroys them.
But I'd like to see him just a little bit more weight because he, so he can kind of, so they wouldn't have to, hey, well, hold on, bro. So they would hold on. But I'm just saying, let Michael,
Hold it, Michael, hold it.
Michael, let me say
Michael,
something.
hold it.
Just so he can, when they go up against somebody like Embiid or somebody, he as a loss, I mean, he ain't gonna win that battle. And but I think if he had a little bit more pounds on him, not talking about 50 pounds, something like that, but like maybe 25 more pounds, like sort of like what what's his name, the Greek Freak did. He was skinny just like what's his name when he first came up. He put on a whole lot of weight though. He put on a whole lot of muscle. He put a lot, but I don't think he Boucher has to put on that much weight, but just a little bit more so he can have more of a chance against, so they don't have to take him out and put Baines in, when they going up against Embiid.
But what you have to realize is what they just realized is that they didn't have to be doing that. Just from his last performance, you see what that man did on the floor?
Yeah, but I'm talking about when
but that's what he can do on a regular basis.
I can't. He can't do that against Embiid. I'm sorry, brother. He can't do that against Embiid.
But I say, when you say against Embiid,
and
Raptors are going to play. You're playing your team against Embiid, not
but
one man.
But other big guys too. He can't.
Gillespie could come in there and do some damage and put him in another room, right?
Michael, I'm with Victor. Victor, I'm with you in that when you go up against Embiid, Dwight Howard, some of those caliber of centers,
Jokic,
they're gonna push him around, right?
And push him around, man.
Victor, I think that problem will be solved when we get.
Don't forget his advantages against those players. Don't forget what it is.
We don't need to go there though. But
that's for all of them.
But look, once we get a real center, he'll move to his natural position of power forward.
I think that's right. I think so too.
We're gonna be cooking with him there, man.
I think he be. I think they need Boucher power forward, and then get another somebody else. It's sort of like with the Sixers when they have Ben Simmons playing point guard. You know what I mean?
But they have more versatility. They have more versatility with that lineup. I agree. Yes.
Yeah, he gets the ball stolen from. He's too big to be a point guard. I don't know. This is my opinion.
Magic Johnson would disagree with that.
But Magic Johnson was like only 6'8". This guy's 6'10", and he can't ball handle as good as Magic. He can't do it, brother.
Who are you talking about?
Simmons in Philadelphia.
What? No. Simmons is a new kind of ball genius, man. You have to put him in the class. Call him the Simmons class. It's not like when they say there's who's the next Michael Jordan, but there's never a next Michael Jordan. There's Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's who Simmons is. Now, who's the next?
But I don't think Simmons is going. I think until Simmons can get I think until Simmons gets a shot, jump shot or outside shot.
He doesn't need that for them to win.
Sure he does, brother.
They're dangerous right now.
Victor, you don't know
if he's playing point guard, he needs a shot.
Victor, you just stepped on Michael Solomon's toes, man. That brother loves.
I didn't mean to step on
Simmons.
I was just kind of tiptoeing around them toes.
Now you stepping on my corn, boy.
I didn't want to hit your corn. I didn't want to hit your corn, brother. You know that. I'm just saying what I see with him, I mean, and maybe it's of course a fact. I don't like Ben Simmons either. I don't like him. I think he's an arrogant punk. I don't like that guy.
You guys have some words.
Yeah, I told him, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus, Victor, I always remember that dust up he had with Lowry in Philadelphia, which I thought was some bad vibes, really.
And the truth is, a lot of it is because I'm from Philadelphia originally, and when I call my family and friends back there, they always get on me about the Raptors, and they always bragging Ben Simmons and the Sixers, especially now because they're flying high now. But I told them, I said, listen, you guys are doing good now, but playoff is a different monster.
Oh yeah.
Playoff is a different monster, baby. You can fly high during the
regular season. They're building a good team out there, though. They are building a good team, better than we've seen in a long while.
Yeah, I give them that. Yeah, I give them that.
But gentlemen, the East has also improved, really. Yeah. Philadelphia is really kicking it. Brooklyn is kicking it. The Knicks are kicking it.
The Nets They keep adding on, man. They keep adding on all
Oh
these
gosh, I'm
pieces,
telling
man.
you,
Oh,
it's crazy with them guys.
yeah.
So
Let's not confuse themselves just now.
Okay.
you
Okay.
mean,
Hey, listen, guys. I'm gonna raise up now because I
All
gotta
right,
go.
Victor.
But
hey, Victor, how's your Blue Jays going, man?
the score right now, it's in the fourth inning, top of the fourth. We're leading by no, it's bottom of the fourth. We're leading 10-1.
What?
Okay,
Yeah, 10-1.
wow, they're doing
It's
fine.
based on the basketball game, huh?
Yeah.
You're having a double night, Victor.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so
But
much, Victor Baines Marshall from the
I'll be back on tomorrow night.
the Middle Passage Show on RadioRegent.com. You can check them out Wednesdays, 5 to 7 p.m. Thank you so much, Victor.
All right. Take care. Take care,
See
Mike.
you tomorrow night, brother.
All right. Take care, Clifton. Peace.
Michael, we'll wrap it up and just saying about what do you project next year for this team and your assessment of the moves made. Let's start with from say the trade deadline to now. Is Masai masterful or what?
Listen, he has to be masterful because I'll tell you something. He's really eased my angst,
Mm-hmm.
with this move. Seeing this new guy here, Gillespie, his size on the court, he's a real big man. He's big, he's young. The next one, the Canadian kid who's coming in, he's got some size too. Right?
Kem Birch
Yeah. So
from the Magic.
So I mean, and we're talking about the center position all year. So that's a big relief for me. And how well these guys played tonight,
Mm-hmm.
It shows that we got some weapons, man. We are not like a rebuilding kind of team. We're a team with weapons, planning and scheming to come and get your ass. That's how we coming at you. Yeah.
And Michael, something that's so incredible to me tonight is I look at Gary Trent, even Hood to some degree, and certainly with the Gillespie, our new acquisition from the D League, the third 10-day contract we've had, and he's done more exemplary work than Dante Hall, who we first signed to the 10-day, and then Harry Ellison, the 3-point specialist, a 7-footer. So wow, these guys look like they've been with the team for years. They have fit in.
They know the system. They kind of know the system. It's a basic. Everybody plays the same system, basically. Everybody's doing the same thing.
But not everybody.
Things.
Not everybody.
But so it's easy to sort of slot in for these players. Players who got some head can get in easily.
Come on, Michael. We've known that where there's chemistry issues, where people say they're trying to learn the place.
The players now they're smarter. They're into these things. They can get into these different systems easily because they've seen a lot of it as they've grown up in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So get into the head of Masai once more, if you will. Masai Ujiri, the head honcho at the Raptors. What do you do in the off season? You've got 30 million with Lowry, who can leave as a free agent, right? Or he was asking for apparently 2 years of 40 million. I'd be willing to give him that. I think he's still got 2 good years with him. And then in my mind, then we just need a center. And we've got cap space to do that too. What do you think going into Masai's head as what would you do to bolster what we got from what you've seen tonight and expect for the rest of the season?
Well, all we've seen tonight is good promise at the center finally. However, I'm sure that's something that they're going to keep on working at, right? They want to get to maximize that position, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So although it's nice to have these guys and they have so much promise, they haven't stopped looking for a center or that piece. And like you say, yeah, if we keep Laurie, that means we're making a big push. So they'll need to be focused on a center with the assurance that Laurie is staying. Sign Laurie to a contract, focus on that center, and let's get off to the races. We got some good pieces. We have good chemistry happening.
I like the options, and at the very least, I believe that we'll be back in the midst of things next year, man.
Yeah,
next season.
Let's hope so. I mean, this is the NBA, but it looks good right now. Finally moving in the right direction.
Michael
Yeah.
Solomon, tell us about Solomon Art Studio and what you got happening there.
Yeah, I have some new designs that I put on the fashion, you know, leggings, yoga leggings, swimsuits, dresses, t-shirts, hoodies. Check it out. Lots of nice casual fashion for you and your family.
And you can check them out at solomonartstudio.com, where a blend of fine art, passion, and fashion. I'm Clifton Joseph. You've been listening to the Eglinton West Pop-Up Podcast, Old Heads Talking Basketball edition with my trusted man here, Michael Solomon. And we had Victor Baines Marshall from RadioRegent.com, the Middle Passage Show. And we'll be back to you next game. Have a good night, Michael.
Yeah, you too, bro.
And everybody else, please remember to watch, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for your patronage. Right on, right on.